Alrighty there, folks, let's have some fun with the Nephilim, the sons of God in Genesis chapter 6. You can see the text down there. Who are these people? Are the sons of God angels? Are they sons of Seth, that is, human beings? Are they half human, half angel? Are they Oompa Loompas? Are they stormtroopers? Are they half Oompa Loompa, half stormtrooper, or something else? Well, let's jump in here. In this video, we're going to talk about what they are and why the Hebrew helps us get there. So the first reason we have some confusion is that sons of God, on occasion, elsewhere in the Bible, is used for angels. Job, a couple times, talks about the sons of God presenting themselves to God. And so, okay, there's that. And yet at the same time, more often than not, sons of God refers to people, human beings, flesh and blood. Jesus talked a lot about that. Blessed are the peacemakers, for they will be called sons of God. Paul has several references to the sons of God. Creation is waiting for the revealing of the sons of God. In Christ Jesus, you are all sons of God through faith. There's a lot of sons of God talk elsewhere in the Bible that's just straight up people. Another reason for the confusion is that sons of God was translated in some Greek manuscripts as angels of God. So a few have followed that in not only the early church, but also in recent times. Hey, are they really angels of God? But by and large, no, sons of God, we're talking about people somehow. And here's the first indication of that. Interesting, because Genesis has talked a lot about God. 60 times-ish, we've used the name God, Elohim, in the book. And yet here it's sons of the God, literally, or it has the definite article on it, which has only happened with Enoch. Enoch is the first time where we get this definite article on God. Enoch walked with the God. And we just translate that as God, and that's what we usually do here. Sons of the God, we'll just translate it as God. But it's interesting that if you just went with that, the Hebrew definite article, that gets us thinking about, wait, are these sons of God somehow like Enoch? And I think that is the case, and I'll tell you more why. So notice also what these sons of God do. You can see it there in the highlighted text. The sons of God saw that the daughters of man were good, and they took for themselves women or wives from all which they chose. That should be ringing bells all over the place. Seeing what is good and taking it is Eve all over again. Only now it's on a global scale. Eve's seeing is humanity's seeing. Eve's taking is humanity's taking. And that gets us thinking even more about how the sons of God are people. They are, at least for a time, on the Enoch walk. They are sons of God. They are godly individuals. They make up the true church. And yet there are also daughters of men. That is, I take to be a kind of counterpart group, much like Abel was a counterpart to Cain. You can check out that video if you want to hear more about that. But this is the case. They have these all over the world, in all times and places. There will always be sons of God going after daughters of man, breaking the kind of union that they have with the Lord and going after some other union. That's why I think we get the language of daughters. It's not just restricted to gender. Daughter of Jerusalem, daughter of Zion, this kind of talk is all over the Bible. Jesus speaks that way. Daughters of Jerusalem, daughter of Zion. Rejoice greatly, O daughter of Zion. We're not talking about just female Israelites there. We're talking about everybody, all the sons and daughters of God. And yet, by using daughters, you can get at this business that we're engaging in some sort of marital activity. All over the globe, God will have people being tempted to break the union he has with them in order to go after some other union. And so just like the Lord took in the garden the woman for the man, so also here everybody is kind of parodying the Lord by taking whatever woman they choose. And they're breaking the union that they have with God in order to be joined to some other union. So it's either marriage, as it were, with the Lord, or marriage with something else. And what does that mean for the Nephilim? Well, the Nephilim, first things first, Nephilim literally means fallen ones. That's the Hebrew term. Nephal is to fall. Nephilim, fallen ones. When the sons of God went into the daughters of man, they bore children. These were the mighty men of old, men of name. Nephilim only occurs elsewhere in the Bible in Numbers chapter 13. There, they are described as the sons of Anak. They're intimidating inhabitants of the promised land. We can't take those guys. They're so big. Okay, so they're very clearly human beings. Now, it's interesting that look at how they're described here in Genesis 6. Mighty men who are of old, men of name. And that word for name is literally the same word that is for Shem. So men of name, the Hebrew word is Shem. Shem means name, kind of easy to remember. Shem is also the identical spelling for Shem, the son of Noah through whom the Messiah, the seed of Eve, will come. Okay? Now, is that all just coincidence that there are men of, these Nephilim are men of name, as in lowercase n name, but there are also men of name, that is capital N name. Men of name who trust in and will be made righteous by the one who will come through Shem, name. And then there are also men of name, like lowercase n name, that is men of worldly renown, who are walking not in the way of Enoch, but in the way of these Nephilim, that is fallen ones, who are like Cain, whose face just kept falling. That's what the Nephilim are all about. They're like the ones who are trusting in a pseudo-Shem, a pseudo-name, a different name. It's either the Shem, the one to come through Shem, or it is a false Shem, a worldly Shem, a name that you make for yourself. The Nephilim are the ones who are heading for cosmic destruction because of trusting in the name that they make for themselves, while the men of name, capital N name, are those who, like Enoch, are already participating in the life of the world to come. Lots more to say about Genesis chapter 6. Hey, you didn't touch about the 120 years on the flesh and all this stuff. Hold tight. Check out that video for more on Genesis chapter 6. In the meantime, like, subscribe, help me keep going. God bless you all.